Hello, sir.
Yeah, okay. Hi. No need of earphones then.
I don't think you need it. No, okay.
I'm talking to Ahmed na. We are doing that Heropanti too.
Yeah.
Me. तो डिस्कशन चल रहा गाने करने दे आर गोइंग फॉर शूट टू यूके तो गाना तैयार नहीं ये लोचेबाजी so tell me how are you?
Great, sir. Awesome, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm very fine. You tell me how are you and what's the plan, what's happening, what is the planning? I mean,
Yeah, things are good. I'm in Australia and I'm doing this journey. Huh?
What do you do basically?
I work in IT, sir. So
Achha.
I've been here in Australia for about 21 years now. I came here to study and been here since. So I'm doing this journey as a tribute for AR, sir. And obviously, sir, thank you so much for accepting my invite. You've been extremely kind and humble because I'm doing it with absolute love and respect for sir. And there is no brand, there is no sponsors, there is no return whatsoever. So it's purely done out of love. And you're probably guest number 87 or something. So
I actually I was the first person to meet here in 94 as a lyricist.
Great question, sir. Great question. So this journey has been crazy for me, sir. It has kept me on my toes. So working full time in IT, and then after 8 hours of work, then working on this project that I've taken up. So I apologize for not reaching out to you earlier, but I did extensive research in this journey, and your name popped up very much on the top, sir. But I wanted to get through the musicians, the singers, and then lyricists, etc. So that's been my approach. I'm really sorry. So just last week Amitabh Bhattacharya also came, so as you may have heard. So I'm very excited, sir.
He's very junior to me.
Of course, yes.
हमारा नंबर बाद में वाह
नहीं sir, hero always comes late, right?
हाँ चलो दिल की तसल्ली को गुड़ की जलेबी.
Right, and then sir, I'm very excited. Thank you for joining me in this journey, and really appreciate your support in this. So you've been, how should I put it? You've been part of a very magical era, which is ARR era, for the last 30 odd years or so, and you have had over 3 decades of an amazing journey of writing lyrics, not only for sir but also for others. And of course, I've got various topics that I want to discuss with you, but I would like to know, how exactly do you approach your writing process? Where does it start? Does it start with a scratch tune that's given to you, and then you try to put in words for the tune that you got, and then it evolves over a period of time? And also, before you hand it over to the composer saying, okay, this is the lyrics for the tune that I've got, do you usually have a number of iterations that you allow? Like, for example, the composer, there's going to be a lot of back and forth happening between you and the composer, right? Between any composer for that matter. So do you usually have like, okay, only 3 iterations allowed, no more than 3, or think, because it can be a never ending process. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on this, sir.
See, with AR, initially it was first the tune and the lyrics, because I was not that much aware of Urdu language or Hindi, whatever you say. So when I met him and we started working on Rangila, so he used to compose first, and it is obvious because एक tune जरूरी है, एक थोड़ा like peppy चाहिए या sad चाहिए. He would come out with something, because what happened actually, before starting the work, me and Ramuji worked out on some lyrical aspect of the film, and I gave him 7 songs lyrically written totally, and they were all scrapped because he doesn't know Hindi. So my hard work went away. So then again I have to write the song, like, so it was double mehnat. But then we enjoyed the process. And yes, with Rahman in those days, now, like if we talk of today's time, after 30 years, so now he understands Hindi very well. So he understands what I write now. So in Heropanti too, like, I gave him lyrics for 1 or 2 songs. I gave him lyrics first. So he composed on that, and beautifully composed, mashallah.
Wow.
So this is a change I am finding in him. No, give me some words. Arey Rahman, give me some words. Mehboob bhai, come out with something, So he always pokes me, get me some lyrics.
He pushes you to...
pushes me 2 words or 1 line. So I give him, and then the rest he composes. Then I go back to the tune. So, but yes, here in Bombay, Mumbai, Bollywood, sometimes I give lyrics. So the composer composes on lyrics also, because they understand the language, the nuances of the language, the nitty-gritties of. So, but with Rahman in those days, we have to sit on tune and no. Second thing is, I'm a very flexible person in terms of, because see, at the end, if the lyrics are appreciated, the name will be mine, not AR's. I'm saying of lyrics, correct? So I was like, Mehboob, can we have something? See, he or Mani sir or whoever the sound director with whom I have worked, they always go phonetically. कि सुनने में कितना अच्छा लग रहा है, does it sounding good, अच्छा लग रहा है, then they will ask meaning, correct? So I would write the lyrics and they say, so I think, can we have something? Okay, let me try. But yes, we should also know where to put the full stop. Otherwise, it becomes a never-ending story.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So then, and they also understand कि अच्छा ठीक है, अभी ये यहाँ तक ठीक लग रहा है, अच्छा लग रहा है. In fact, I would recollect one memory of song Halla Gulla in Bombay. If you
of course,
Halla Gulla.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
So me and AR were recording at the first floor studio, and Mani sir was sitting at the ground studio. Ground floor studio. So suddenly while recording, I thought, अरे यार, मैं ये लफ्ज़ बदल दूं क्या? इसमें के ला दूं, और ला दूं. So I said, Rahman, let us put this word. Okay, please ask Mani. So thrice I went to Mani sir while recording. Mani sir, can I just change this? See, this will change this meaning. So tiredly at the end, after third time, said, Mehboob, do whatever you want. So my passion is, as far as a human effort is concerned, it has to be complete.
Right.
Success, failure, forget it. Give the best.
Right.
So that when you come out of the recording studio, अच्छा गाना किया. We are happy.
Right.
Like if you take I would like to explain an example of किस्सा हम लिखेंगे. डोली सजा के.
Oh, डोली सजा के रखना.
डोली सजा के रखना. So Anuradha Podwal ji, she sang the song in the night. Usually we record in the night. At Reference Place. So she left at 1 o'clock, and suddenly while listening to the song, I felt one line I should change. I don't remember now which line.
Right.
मैंने कहा एक line change करनी चाहिए, मुझे नहीं अच्छी लग रही है. And Rahman, Mehboob yaar, again. Please let us call her. Call her. You call. I'm not calling. So मैंने phone लगाया. I said, Anuji, this is a problem. I want to. Okay, I'm coming. She immediately took the U-turn. She came. Then again we recorded. So Chandar, actually, creativity is never satisfactory. Actually, you have to.
Yeah.
But yes, as I said, full stop is very important. We should know कि okay, boss, अब यहाँ तक ठीक है. अब इसके आगे अच्छा फिर what I think is okay, you improvise, it becomes technically then. तो कभी तो कोई spirituality चली जाती है जो first time आपके दिमाग से. और अक्सर ऐसा हुआ कि मैंने लिखा, change किया, then director says, यार वो पहले वाला अच्छा था, let's go with that. So this happened, believe me. So it happens, Chandar. वो creativity में.
Okay, right. So obviously, the thing is, what I want to get to is, you would have to stop at some point. That is true, but you also wait for the point where you feel fulfilling, that this is perfect now, this is sounding great, and I am happy with it, right? And that, let's say that you're happy with that, obviously, but Sir, for example, is not particularly completely convinced about a certain part. So obviously that cycle keeps going until there is a balance between yourself, Sir, and let's say Mani Sir, for example, right? That's how it happens, the creative process.
It happens, see, in both the ways. Sometimes I would, just like I told you now,
correct.
Rahman, I'm not happy with this line. Shall we change it? So he is flexible. Okay, call her. And sometimes if he's like I will tell you the incident of Kabhi Neem Neem Kabhi Shayad.
Oh yeah, Yuva
song. So Rahman composed some Mukhda. I wrote it. I finished writing the song with the first Tantra and all. Then Mani sir came and said, AR Mehboob, I think Antra is beautiful, but Rahman, I think the tune of Mukhda should be changed. Let us make it more folkish, just like Antra.
Right.
So Rahman said, okay, let me try. It was 2 a.m. in the night. 2 a.m. in the morning, I should say. And I was like this, okay. So he said, tell me something, na? I said, no, you compose here. I'm feeling sleepy. And he, 2 o'clock, and we were working since 4-5 बजे हम काम कर रहे थे शाम के. So totally tired. Or Madhushri was also there, the singer, and we all.
Yeah.
So Rahman just let us bring something. So then he composed. So I wrote immediately. I wrote Kabhi. So this happens. This is a part of creativity. And then at this point we also were satisfied.
Correct.
पहले से अच्छा ये मुखड़ा है.
Right.
So it happens also. It happens in both the ways.
Amazing. Great, sir. I love these examples that you gave. Sir, what I wanted to ask you was, do you do some sort of a research to make your lyrics better and better for subsequent projects? And if so, what is the kind of research that you do? I'm just curious, sir, because obviously, let's say I'm in IT or someone else is in music, because it's always continuous improvement in terms of, okay, I need to be a better version of yesterday and I need to do this better. From a lyricist point of view, what's the kind of research, or should I say a riyaz that you do, sir?
What?
A riyaz.
Riyaz.
Is there a daily ritual or a riyaz that you do?
No.
I'm just curious, sir. I'm just asking you what I feel like.
Basically, see, being a writer or a lyricist, we can't say we have read enough. No. We read.
Right.
We, keep on informing ourselves. The changing trends, the changing approach towards a song or a lyrics.
Nice.
And increasing our knowledge about the world. We keep a tab on everything,
nice.
And it is a job of a writer and I think a writer is half a psychologist. I think so, because he understands the emotion of a person or a character. Like for the song, as far as suppose the character is like Amir Khan song, "Kya kare kya na kare."
Yeah.
Right. So So the first antra what I had written was very poetic, actually.
Right.
आसमां से मैं तारे तोड़ दूं, चांद से उसकी चांदनी चुरा लूं, सूरज को उसकी आंखें लड़ा लूं, but ये नहीं कह सकता कि I love you. So that was the concept. So we recorded. We came back to Bombay. And then here I was thinking the same, and there at his office Ramuji was thinking the same. And suddenly he called me and said, "Mehboob, Amir is a vagabond in the film. He's a gunda. He's a bhai. So will he sing such kind of poetry?" I said, "Ramuji, exactly I was thinking the same. Come, let's go to Madras tomorrow." Next morning. So because I am surrounded, we are in Mumbai. We are surrounded by all kind of people. We hear their accent, their way of speaking, all those kind of their mannerisms, attitudes, So that's you can say every moment we research.
Right.
We look at the people. We read, we look, we observe.
Yeah.
You have to be a good observer actually.
Yeah. Good point.
Like I can mimic you also to at the end of the interview, because that is the observation power we have.
Yeah.
So when we sat we were in the flight, and I was having that boarding card. In those days, you used to get that boarding card,
Yeah.
Boarding card, what do you call? So Ramuji and me were sitting, and I said, "Yeah, that is true. Amir is a vagabond, so he wouldn't be singing such kind of poetry. Asma se tare to." And in fact, he's saying, "Kya kare, kya na kare." It's a very colloquial. Kya kare, kya na. What to do, what not to do.
Yeah.
So I just turned over the boarding card and I took out my pen and I read, and I wrote, what was the antra? The first antra of Kya kare, kya na kare. I wrote that first antra. Like, aisa bolega sala.
Yeah, exactly, yes.
Uspe bhi kullam kulla, something, all those words I have used.
Correct.
So basically, the life teaches you a lot. It is you who has to grasp. You should have that grasping power. Like one day Ramoji called me when Rangila was released and this album was super duper hit. So Ramoji called me from a restaurant. There's a restaurant at Jew. So he was having some South Indian food. So from there he called me and he said, Mehboob, congratulations. And film was not released, only audio was released and audio was super hit. So I said, what happened, sir? Let's see, one of the waiter came to me and he said, sir, hum log ko na aap log ka gana bahut acha laga. So Ramoji said, which one? यारो सुन लो जरा अपना ये कहना साला वो अपुन का जवान है सर अपुन का जवान है आपका राइटर बहुत अच्छा हम लोग का जवान बोला उसने तो मैं I was this is not my language but I just adopted it for the song because I knew what the accent would be how they say I was with these kind of guys out in college and so basically the research is daily life is your research. You observe some people, you read something, you watch something and then you grasp it.
Amazing. Sir, and do you also make yourself conscious not to repeat certain words in your subsequent songs? How do you remember that I have written something like this for Kya Kare and then I don't want to use this for, let's say, Heropanti. I'm just making it up.
Yeah, sure. No. See, it's a very good question because I don't know about others and they also must be doing it. But what I try to do is I come out with whatever is coming in my mind.
Correct.
Suppose we give a situation, that is right. Whatever comes to your mind. Then I meticulously read it again. Then I leave it. I just for a couple of hours. Let's try something else. So this is how I try not to read.
Right.
But certain things are there. Certain things are there like I love you. Mujhe tumse pyar hai. You know, so that we can't change. That is बाबा आदम से चला आ रहा है मुझे तुमसे प्यार है मुझे अभी मैं कहूँ अरबी में मुझे तुमसे हुब्ब है तो तुम क्या समझोगे अरबी में हुब्ब का मतलब मोहब्बत होता है तो अभी कैसे आप उसको आप समझे तो कुछ चीजें हैं जैसे यार मुझे एक दिन बोलने लगे कि महबूब यार व्हाट अदर वर्ड कुड बी फॉर लव इश्क मोहब्बत रहमान दीज आर द वर्ड्स व्हिच आर जो जबान वाले लोग हैं जिन्होंने इस जबान को क्रिएट किया या जो बोलना शुरू किया उन्होंने उसमें ये रखा बोले नहीं वी शुड कैन वी चेंज समथिंग कैन वी ब्रिंग समथिंग मैं देखो रहमान एक बात बताता हूँ बोले क्या वन डिश यू विल कॉल बिरयानी बोले या सेकंड नेम कुड बी गोश्त और चावल मिला के बनाया हुआ है थर्ड कुड बी ने मसाला भी डाला फोर्थ कुड बी मसाला चावल तेल और गोश्त तो how do you like this? No. I think biryani is good. That's how it is. It is ishq is good. Love is good. Mohabbat is good. Pyar is good because it is there. You can't change certain things. You say, okay, I give up. Forget it.
Amazing.
Like amazing. I said, suppose Papa. Okay. What else we can say? My mother's husband. What else we can say? My brother's father. My sister's father. I can't. Papa is Papa. Daddy is Daddy. Abba is Abba.
True.
What else you can say?
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Shaadi ka behan wahi. You have to stick to those words. So certain things are bound to be like, you know.
Yeah. Right.
And everybody gives up. Okay, boss. Mujhe ishq hai. Mujhe. Yeah.
No, I was saying as you're describing, I can visualize the conversation between you and sir with this.
I give up. Forget it. I give up. Okay, I understood. Yeah. How can I bring some other words? Yeah. So it happened in, I think it was back 1998 की बात थी या 1970 were doing something. That's I mean, ishq बहुत हो गया. Ishq, प्यार, मोहब्बत. What else you can bring? La hubb. What does it mean? Let's see. Nobody will understand. It is Arabic. Mohabbat. Okay. Then I explained all this.
Wow. Right. And sir, you obviously know that AR sir is very particular about the lyrics. One, the meaning of it. Second, also the way it needs to sound, like from a phonetic perspective. What I wanted to know was, as an example, like let's say you take Rangila, right? And then the word Sala comes there. Number one was it hard to convince him to introduce a word like that in a song, because he's extremely particular about things as you know, right? You know where I'm getting to.
Yeah, no. Because, in fact, according to tune, what I wrote is "Aisa bolega sala vaisa." It is simple. He changed it. Mehboob, let's do like this. Udit, see, "Aisa bolega sala vaisa." He gave that.
Wow. Right.
I suppose.
Right. And also, yeah. Sorry, keep going, sir.
And it is very appropriate for that character, na?
Correct.
In the whole film, Amir is like Sala, terko bolta Sala.
Correct.
Sala is like very collegial. It is not. I think it is not a abusing word or a cuss word. It is like
it's a slang.
It's
a slang.
It was. Yeah.
Correct. And so when you write, do you have to keep in mind the actor, the character, and then also the singer who is going to sing it? How do you get into the emotions when you write a song, sir? So I'm just curious, like, because there's various factors attached to this lyrics, right?
Yeah. First, what I asked from the director, what's the situation?
Right.
That's all. What's the situation? Who is the actor? I don't know. Who is this? Because we decide singer later on. When the song is complete, then we decide, अच्छा चलो उदित को बुलाते हैं, इसको बुलाते हैं, उसको जो भी XYZ. So we don't think of a singer. हम अटक जाएंगे. अरे वो ऐसा गाएगा क्या वो ऐसे अल्फा pronounce कर पाएगा क्या? वो सब नहीं. First write the song.
Right.
That's what we did.
Right.
Let's come out with the song. You understand?
Yeah. Perfect.
And then, Arey Rahman, I think you could do justice to this song. Why don't you sing? Ay lo.
Yeah.
Mangila. Ay mangta hai kya? So we were thinking. Suddenly Ramuji said, "Yeah, I think you should sing this song." I said, "Okay, you think so, Mehboob? Do you think?" We all were sitting. Let's try, and it was sounding good. So after the completion of the song, we decided who the singer could be. Could be whatever.
Understand. Right. And is that usually a trial and error process, sir?
Yeah.
Right.
Not usually. Sometimes it happens that we ask a singer to sing and then like kya kare kya na kare. We had asked somebody else to sing it. I won't take the name because
understand.
But it happens, Chandar ki nahi अच्छी लग रही आवाज. Just आवाज अच्छी है लेकिन justify नहीं हो रहा character के लिए. So we brought Udit into that. So it is Udit, and he came and I was since the beginning I was telling, because at that time Amir and Udit were they were complementing each other. You see of all the film what Amir was doing those days. Udit was there, so I told them, but they said no, let's try this voice, and then they failed. So I said, okay, let's go with Udit only. So then we called Udit bhai, and then he sang kya kare kya na kare.
Understand. Great.
So sometimes I won't say कि हमेशा होता है ना हमेशा नहीं होता है. Sometimes it happens.
So it's usually a collective decision between yourself and, let's say, AR sir together, or is the director also involved in deciding who needs to sing?
See, decision is entirely AR's, because he should decide what. But then again, it happened. Na?
Right. Correct.
Like Tuhire of Bombay.
Yeah.
We want somebody else to sing the song, female voice. But then we sensed that no, it's not happening. So we called Kavita ji. That was AR's decision. Sometimes it happens, Chandra. It is not
right. Okay.
This thing.
Understand.
Something.
Great.
But decision it is. But yes, we collectively sit like, यार कौन हो सकता है जिसकी आवाज अच्छी लगेगी.
Right.
यार इसको बोलते हैं इसको. Okay, let's see.
Super. So okay. Sir, one thing I would like to get your thoughts on, obviously, with projects, there is a deadline, quite obviously, and there's immense pressure on getting this song out by today, tomorrow, something along those lines. And then how do you detach yourself from everything else to, one is to get creative, second is to ensure that you deliver what is required, and also it needs to be a fulfilling experience for you, sir. Like, and yeah, I'm just curious, sir, like, how do you detach yourself from the outside world when you write? Because on the way to the studio, let's say you traveled in the train and you had some stuff that you saw, and how do you detach from everything else when you get into the creative process, sir?
I would say, Chandra, that उसको क्या बोलते हैं, हमारा जो ढांचा है ना, साचा our what do you call that sacha in English? It's a mechanical thing. So die. Our die is made of such. our
Right.
our die is like that. In 90s, we were very busy, like writing for this film, writing for that film.
Correct.
So by the grace of God, our die is made in such a way. क्या करना? अच्छा, sad song. Okay, situation क्या? So sad song. अच्छा, वो हंगामा वाला गाना है. अच्छा, वो थोड़ा ये song है. So and then what happens, Chandra? Basically, while working, you get used to all this. It is your life. It becomes your life. First of all, it was a passion. So you entered in this frame.
Right.
And then you adopt the way of working.
Yeah.
You won't believe sometimes me and AR, we exchange thought in the night, like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. So suddenly his phone comes and sleeping. I said, what one would be doing at this hour? No, I'm just asking. So, okay. So, and then listen, what about that song? You have something? Yeah, let me think. No, because singers, I'm just trying to come out with some scratch. Okay. So, so our dice has been molded in such a way.
Right.
Just have to push the button and we start.
Wow, that's amazing, sir. That's
even forget it. Like I would say, many songs happened at like Khamushiyan Gungunane Lagi.
Yeah.
I was in the flat with Shashilal Nair, my director of 1 2 Cup 4, and Shachi bhai said, "Yaar bhai kya baithe ho chupchap, kuch likho na." Situation we know, it's romantic song.
Yeah.
Or situation kuch nahi. I said, okay. I just turned again boarding card. I turned around and I wrote Khamushiyan Gungunane Lagi Tanaya Muskan. I wrote those 2 lines only.
Oof.
And you won't believe, we stepped into Rahman's studio and Rahman said, "I had composed some tune." I said, okay, play. And I said, I've written these lyrics. And the tune started and the lyrics were exactly that. It was like totally the amalgamation of my effort and his effort. And the Mukhra was ready.
Wow.
So writing process is like, Chandra, as you said, walking, kuch dimag mein aa gaya.
Yeah.
Chand ko dekha to kuch likh diya, aisa kuch, something.
Yeah.
So,
amazing.
And when it is your passion, first of all, and then it becomes your profession. So what else you want?
Beautiful. Like and so on that note, obviously, I'm sure in the last 29 years of Sir's journey and your journey with him, all the songs, 9 out of 10 songs would have been done in the nights. Am I right? And with that said, you're usually a morning person or a night person. So does that really matter? Because obviously at any time of the day, you just get a call and you have to go, right?
No, what happened actually, I was planning to enter the film industry as a scriptwriter.
Right.
As a scriptwriter. I have told this thing also. So, and my father was deadly against of me getting into industry. So what I would do, see, this is how God's screen plays. How he knows better than us. As a believer, I would say, though I don't know. But as a believer, I would say, he has planned something for you.
Yeah.
So, due to fear of my father, I would wake up in the night. And there were, in those, small night lamps used to be at the night table. Just you on the button. And so I would on it and write something. So that's how I would be working till wee hours of the morning, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. And then my father suddenly, if he wakes up to go for, bathroom or something, "Arey tu jaga, andha ho jaya, tu kitna kab se jaga tu, kyun chhod ye line ye wo." So I was having that habit of,
right,
waking up all the night and working and reading. Or I would take my bed in the gallery. We used to have a 100-feet gallery, so I would lie down there with the, in those small tape recorders would come.
Walkman.
I would listen Walkman, and I would listen all the songs of Shankar Jaikishan Sahab, Asad Jaipuri, Chandra Jaipuri Sahab, and everybody. So I would stare at the, in the night I would stare at the sky, the stars and the moon. So God has taken me. So I never felt a burden that waking up all the night, all night, and working. No, it was nothing difficult for me. In fact, I was enjoying it because I was getting what I wanted. And anyways, if you travel somewhere without family, nobody's there. So what else you would do? रात को वैसे ही नींद नहीं आती अकेले, तो काम करो. And I thank Rahman, very good यार, तुम काम करते हो यार, मेरा भाई, रात को तू काम करता है, बहुत अच्छी बात है. They were happy. Good.
Beautiful. Amazing, sir. Love it. And sir, obviously 29 years again, your association with sir. I'm sure you must be remembering that first time ever when you met him. And of course, you met him via RGV, right? So I'm sure there must be a very distinct memory about that. I'm very keen to hear about that, sir.
How can I forget that, Chandar, actually, when Ramoji took me to Chennai, and in those days it was Madras.
Yeah.
So as we were traveling in the car, I said, and I was like Ruja Super 8, like, National Award and AR Rahman, and I was I should say, was I am, I don't know, but I'm very lucky, or I was very lucky that the first break I was having with was AR Rahman.
Beautiful.
So he took me to the studio. First time, old studio. Now, अभी जो बना है वो तो सब नया है. मैं 94 की स्टूडियो की बात कर रहा हूँ. Very छोटा. So Panchatan, and it was night, 9 o'clock, and I was sitting waiting for him. So he was having the sliding doors, glass doors, but not this thing transparent. Dark glass door it was. The slide didn't come into the like you say sitting room. Then the studio.
Correct.
We were sitting in this sitting room, me and Ramuji, and we're discussing.
Yeah.
Suddenly, from far, I heard na, 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 something, some humming, some classical, and he opened the door and he was there.
Wow.
Small, green T-shirt, black pant. I still remember. Hi.
And he had long hair then.
No, not long hair.
Huh?
No. He grew it at the time of Vande Mataram.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
So he looked at me. Hi. I'm done. And he said, and I was like, Nayana Mamla. Ramuji, I knew since like 3-4 years. So I was free. But this is, and not in awe of something, but is AR Rahman. So what can I, how to start the talk? And I couldn't. So I was very new to them. I was sitting. The Rahman looked at me. Why are you so quiet? What listening? So I know there 2 genius talks, so one should listen. You consider me genius? I said, yeah, genius people. Kana, let's have food. And we started, then he said, and what happened, Chandar? This thing I'll always have told that. Some people, when you meet in the life, suddenly in one go you click.
Correct.
It happened between me and AR.
Wow.
And I was the first Bollywood writer coming from Bombay film industry, lyricist.
Correct.
Meeting him.
Correct.
You understand what I mean to say?
Yeah.
So suddenly and our thoughts were same, philosophical and spiritual and all those. So, and then we had dinner and he said, Ramu, okay, I know the situation, so let me sit with him and we'll work out something.
Yeah.
So I was very happy. Ramuji is going, we both are there. So Ramuji left. And we both were young, like 33, 34, 32 years age. We were like, youth and all. Then we said, come, I will show you the studio. Then he showed me the studio. Then he played something. So we went on discussing some here and there, blah, 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 all those things. Then sometimes music. Then what lyrics he's expecting Mehboob. What is this? Then suddenly it was, and then it was 5 o'clock in the morning. Come, let's go for namaz. We'll go to masjid. I said, okay, come. Then we went to masjid. So it started. So then from next day, okay, Ramu, leave Mehboob here. We'll discuss. We'll see what we can come out with. So yeah, I would say, Alhamdulillah, I would say my career started. I would say thanks to God that my career started beautifully. I mean, if I reminisce those days, whenever I sit alone and whenever Rahman comes to Andheri, he has a big house and studio, and if he's free, Mehboob come. So I would go, and whole night we will keep gossiping and talking and this and fun and jokes. So we usually go back like, how we started, So yeah, we get overwhelmed.
Right. Wow.
So I'm very fortunate, Chandra, very fortunate about that. I'm very thankful to God that my career started with RGV, Mani sir, AR to Hai, then Shekhar Kapoor, then all these big wigs I worked with. Alhamdulillah.
Amazing.
So, and above all, TAR or Raghuman. Tamil people say Raghuman. I was watching Muktala that film, no, Vokala, Rahman said Kadalam or Kadalan, I don't know. So Rahman said, go and watch it in the theater. So here in the tickets, and also I went. So when the song said, I started clapping. Beautiful, Vokala and Urvashi. So one Tamil guy was sitting beside me. You like our music? You like? I said, yeah, it's good. It is our AR Raghuman. So Shekhar Kapoor was, what is Shekhar? I said, sir, you know Rahman ko Raghuman bolte hain. So I asked Rahman, here their pronunciation is like Raghuman.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Amazing.
so good old days.
Of course. So, and then obviously you must have, like right from the time you met Sir 29 years ago, and then now you've obviously seen him the way he has evolved, one with the music and where he is right now, and also as a person. And probably I take it that he may not have been that very outspoken and man with a very, very few words back then, but probably that has slightly changed now. Is that something that you have seen as well?
His nature, what I have observed in these many years, no, he opens up with very few people.
True.
Very few people. Like I'm saying, if there is like, you know, थोड़ी देर का काम है या काम ही नहीं है, so he would call me in Andheri. We go out for dinner and we keep talking. So it is very few people with whom, you know, he's very open. Otherwise, he's a man of few words. Today also, suppose if we write an email, Rahman, I'm thinking this is the song, this could be the lyrics, and this is
correct. Yeah, that's it.
Rahman,
or a rose.
I think Rahman, it was a beautiful song here, Smiley. So, I think he hates to write. So it's like that. So yeah, but with, I don't know how can I say about others, but yes, with me, I know how far we.
Amazing. And
we have, like, you know, he told me once, in 95, 96 only, we became very close together because we were working many films together. You know, लगातार फिल्में चल रही थी. So one morning we were praying together. Fajr कहते हैं. Prayer before dawn. So we were praying, and after prayer, I don't know what happened. I turned around. I said, done. And suddenly he said, you know what? You're not a lyricist for me. Achha, you're my brother. You're my family.
Oof.
Brother.
Goosebumps.
You're not a lyricist for me.
Yeah.
So I was morning time, you know, before dawn, that slight darkness and wind, you know, and flowing, and suddenly somebody says, I also felt, I said, thanks, Rahman. No, you're my family. Bro. And he maintained that.
Correct.
That's what I'm saying. Even after 30 years, he maintained that. Like how suddenly in the night, you know, 12 o'clock, oh, I'm coming home, I'm hungry. Okay, come. You have chicken? Yeah. Okay, ask, he would take my sisters and ask Amina to cook some dal na, the roti, I want to have that. So that's what apnapan, though, what I felt.
Wow.
Like, you know, one day, one Ramzan was there, and some big producer has asked him to come for breaking the fast.
Yeah.
And suddenly he turned his car and the bell rang of my house. Yeah, man, I've come for after. Let's have food and after. So I said, but you were supposed to go there. No, I just felt like coming to and meeting you and family.
Beautiful.
Because Sana, my daughter, was the musician whom you were protecting. So she's a musician also. So call her and let her play something for me and this and that. So that's how he maintained the relationship with me.
Wow.
Today, and he also. And his children are very close to my children.
Super.
Like, you know, good friends they are. Whenever they are in Bombay, Sana, Rahman, like, you know, Rahman considers my daughter Sana as his elder child.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's how it is. And he respects my daughters. They're like his daughters only. I take his children the same way. So that reciprocation is there. And he was, let me say very openly, that he is always there with me in thick and thin. I mean, he's just a call away from me.
Wow.
So that relationship, what he had told me in those days, You're not a lyricist for me. You're not part of my family. So,
Amazing, sir. Amazing.
and inshallah, it will go on till the death take us apart.
Beautiful. I feel so lucky to be even hearing things like this, sir. And of course, you know, uh, you have an amazing sense of humor. In the last 45 minutes that I've been talking to you, I've just been smiling and laughing at all the analogies and jokes that
Thank
you
you.
have been cracking. And you and I both know, sir has a very, very wicked sense of humor as well, and is spontaneously he would crack a joke and something that you would have never expected that hey, did it just come from AR. I'm sure there must be something that you can narrate to, sir.
I can't.
The things that you can talk about, put it that way.
I actually, to be honest, there are certain things, but it is good between both of us. So,
Right.
One thing I would say that I would like to share, like when Rahman was preparing himself for Madhu Salam lyrics, one night, two night, three night, fourth night, Rahman chalna गा लेना यार भाई, क्यों देर मेरे को? No, you go tomorrow. Okay. फिर I what do you call? I postponed the flight, अच्छा चलो कल की कर लेते हैं. Fourth night, 2:00, Rahman गा लेना यार भाई, please sing the song. Why? I said, Rahman yaar, 4 दिन हो गए, 9:00 I'm taking a 9:00 flight in the morning. So from studio I would go direct to the airport. So just sing यार Rahman, please. अच्छा गा तो ले भाई, बाद में रिपेयर करते बैठेंगे. Okay, come. So he went to the studio. I'm in the singing cabin. So I took the chair and here is the singing cabin, like on my left. And the chair, I just pulled out the chair and I start. Chalo bhai. Singing. No. Mehboob, one more. Okay. You're the composer. Go ahead. And you're the singer. My words are correct. Somewhere. Just, yeah. You have to take a flight, na? मला अच्छा ठीक है गा तो सही भाई, पहले खत्म तो एक रफ तो कर लो, बाद में देखा जाएगा. Go ahead yeah, Rahman, go ahead. So then we laughed and then he came out. Finally Baba, he sang the song. We had covered, rushed to the airport because the production manager went to my hotel room. He collected all my belongings, locked the bag and came, sir chalo 8 baje flight hai. I rushed to the airport. So
wow,
yeah.
Amazing.
Good time, man. Good time.
Beautiful. I think we should extend that conversation about Vande Mataram then, sir. So I'm pretty sure that's something that you have created a classic. You've written for a classic and something that plays almost every day in every household. And it's a very, very special song. And extremely keen to hear about the writing process for that, sir. And very simple yet powerful lyrics. How did you go about it, sir?
Actually, AR called me one night. Chalo, aa jao Madras, and we are doing something big. I was happy. I went to, and then he told me that we are going to celebrate the 50th year of independence of our country. So I'm doing an album for Sony as an artist. I'm coming up. So I said fine. So he said, no, we have to write something about it. The first song I want to do is Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram was there. It is there. It will be there always. So he said, no, we have to come out something. And the target is youth. The target is youth.
Correct.
So I said, fine. So I said, where's the tune? So he was ready with the tune. He gave me the tune. I said, okay, now I'm going to the hotel. Let me work out something. So he said, okay. So I came out with something, but at the end of the Mukda, I wrote Madhu Salam.
Wow. Okay.
That line came out first, actually. Then I went to the Mukda.
Wow.
Because when Rahman gave me, ta 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 ta, it was a power. Madhu Salam. Suddenly it came out into my mind. I said, it's beautiful, yeah. I immediately rushed to his studio. I said, Rahman, listen. I came out with one line. Rest Bukhara is very rough, but we'll go through it. First, this is the what, not the tune. And as Rahman, he played the tune in the studio. His studio, like you can imagine what studio must be. He has that sound and all. And as the line came, ta, ta, I said, Ma tujhe salam. Everybody was, what a line here. You know, Rahman just jumped out of the chair. Said, I don't know. We are speechless. What about Mukhra? Then Mukhra, we said, Rahman said, let's change the model. I said, no, wait. It was just like I told you, I write first of whatever comes into my mind. It was not let me polish it.
Right.
Then I went back. And then again, Rahman told me, just remember we are targeting youth. So it has to be very, I said, let me try. So when I, yaha waha sara jahan, then we said, I said, Rahman, see, every patriotic song has one common feeling. हम जान दे देंगे, हम खून बहा देंगे, you know, सर कटा देंगे. You understand? It is like, I said, Raman, I want to deviate. I want to divert myself from there. Not deviate, I want to divert from there. Right? So we said, it was again 3 o'clock in the morning, and said, so why not we think something about like a guy coming back to the country? I said, see, Raman, many people are just like you also today in Australia. So many people are settled abroad, but they love their country. They love their motherland. Suppose we take a feeling of a person coming back, he wants to come back. After 50 years, doesn't matter, after 50 years, go about who is coming back. What feeling would be? Good, try something. Then I went to the hotel and yahan wahan sara jahan dekh liya. I have roamed all over the world. Nahi kahi tere jaisa koi. Now, there was a novel in those days, Around the World in 80 Days.
Yeah.
So, to capture the youth, because they must have read in those days, 90s, they must have read that novel. So, I wrote, 80 nahi 100 din duniya ghuma. In a very youthful way, not saying very philosophically, you know, zamane guzar gaye, wo nahi. 80 nahi 100 din duniya ghuma.
Yeah.
Nahi kahi tere jaisa koi. When I got these 2 lines, I said, let Madhu Islam, let me tell something about country in that line only, Madhu Islam. Let me create a suspense in the whole Mukhla. Yahan wahan sara jahan dekh liya, nahi kahin pe 80 nahi 100 din, nahi kahin. Main gaya, kiski baat ho rahi hai? About whom you are talking? Main gaya jahan bhi, bas teri yaad thi. Mere saath thi, tadpati, rulati, sabse pyari, teri surat pyara hai, bas tera pyari. Maa tujhe salam.
Beautiful.
Suddenly we open up, and the tune also was Ma tujhe. Suddenly, so that's how I.
Wow, so beautiful. And
then in there also ki tere paas hi main aa raha hu apni bhai.
Yeah.
And there is saying maa ke pairon mein jannat hai. So I wrote that.
Correct.
Tu hi dil tujhe. Simple wordings. So what happened? Rahman was here and we went somewhere for some work. So we were standing at the road and waiting for a car.
Yeah.
For our car to come and pick up.
Yeah.
Suddenly a car passed by. 3-4 youth were there, young boys were there, and they were screaming, Ma tujhe salam. And I looked at it. What? Our job accomplished, mission accomplished. The youth is singing Ma tujhe salam. And God has given such a big success to this song that still going on today. Yesterday also in August, people were listening to this song. People were sending me this song. My fans were sending me this song. Sir, whatever the appreciation was, but I say it's all from Allah.
Indeed.
And what you to write this, He chose us to do this song.
It's a timeless classic, sir.
Yeah, and one thing is now sure कि हम चले भी जाएंगे दुनिया से तो इस गाने के बहाने तो याद रहेंगे कि अपने देश के लिए भी कुछ लिख के गए इंशाल्लाह.
Wow.
Yeah.
And sir, there's obviously another song where your fan was very keen to know about Tauba Tauba. What does Nafs Magroor mean?
Magroor hai. No, but good. See, you should learn if something
you're not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you ask. See, Nafs in Arabic. Nafs is an Arabic word.
Yeah.
And it implies to Jan, Ruh, your inner self. 2-3 things. It implies to that. Nafs, Ruh को भी बोलते, soul है.
Yeah.
या जान, जिंदगी, जान है वो है. और सबसे ज़्यादा imply करता है अपने इनर सेल्फ पे, जिसको अना कहते हैं, मैं। तो हमने वो गाने का कॉन्सेप्ट ही लिया था कि नफ्स मगरूर, कि इंसान, जैसा आप अंदर सुन लो, सोचो वो दौलत बढ़ती है अमीरों की, गरीबों की, व्हाटएवर जो भी था, चलता है अकड़ के जमीन पे, भूला है कि जाना है फिर इस जमीन में, यू नो, धब्बा है धब्बा चांद पे, तो और दोस्त। सो वी वर सेइंग अबाउट दैट कि इंसान कितना मगरूर है।
Right.
Let us simplify it like saying nafs means इंसान, कि इंसान कितना मगरूर है, वो भूल गया कि उसको इस जमीन में जाना। So that was the concept of our song. So nafs मगरूर है, basically for simplifying it, you can say आदमी मगरूर है, इंसान मगरूर है, नफ्स मगरूर है, inner self मगरूर है।
Beautiful, very, very nicely said. And sir, and then did AR sir actually grow his hair for Vande Mataram, or he grew it during that time?
At that time he grew actually.
Right.
As far as I remember, he wanted to. He was becoming an artist also. So one day we went to, after Vande Mataram was hit, his posters were all there.
Yeah.
We went to Hajali Dargah, and then we came out. We were having some juice, so people were flocking to meet him. Sir Rahman says, "Mehboob, I have become famous here."
Oh my God, that is definitely sir. He is the one. He can crack a joke like that. And sir, definitely want to ask. And I saw that you've done some singing too. You know where I'm getting to, Dakalaka Buga in Yuva. I'm very curious. I need to hear your singing experience there, sir. From a lyricist to a singer.
No. What happens? What happens actually? Whenever I write a song for Rahman, so I have to go and sing to him. It's my Besuri Awaz. I have to show him the scanning, the meter, the words, how words I have put into it or adjusted it.
Yeah.
The word. So it's all there. It was a part of my job. So I would sing. So, and how it came out, me, Manisar and Rahman were sitting in the lobby, whatever you call, sitting room.
The lounge room.
Lounge, and we were discussing कि क्या गाना हो सकता है, ये इस situation में क्या होगा. All the youth coming out, like, जोश में, सब they have won the election or they're fighting against some people, and that josh is there. So Manisar, me, and a very beautiful evening it was. Like, we were sitting, all three of us, and I wish that time the mobile would, अगर कैमरा होता तो मैं photos ले लेता उस जमाने के. So they would give me some word. I said, yeah, and Manisar, we are sitting here, very cool guy. Suddenly it came to my mind. I said, Manisar, there is a phrase you can say in Hindi. Dhakka laga bukka. Rahman, what a word. What a sound. What does it mean? I said, dhakka, if you push me, laga bukka. Then I will bukka is like punch. Manisar, beautiful, Mehboob. Just come out with Rahman, compose it. Then next evening when we met, so Rahman had composed it. So then he gave me the other line. So I wrote the whole book. First I gave this Dhakka Laga. So when I was showing him the lyrics, scanning, I was saying Dhakka Laga Bukka, Gare Bukka, this feeling I was singing Dhakka Laga Bukka, I was not singing like that. Dhakka Laga Bukka, because there's these alphabets use that kind of force, na?
Yeah.
Dhakka Bukka, Gare Bukka. So let's sing. Please, I was also ready. So, one thing, what happened? So Rahman was this. He was thin that time, and I was a bit on the heavy side. So the mic was here, and we both were standing together. Chandra, it was a very beautiful situation. When I used to say "Dhakka laga bukka," the mic would go this way. So Rahman, I got a bukka. I said, what? Man, such a heavy voice, the mic is shaking. Just go a little behind. I said, okay. Then I pushed myself behind. Dhakka laga bukka. We laughed and we enjoyed that night. I said, so heavy voice, yaar. Bichara mic is shaking. Dhakka laga bukka. You are putting dhakka to the mic or giving dhakka to mic, yaar. Dhakka laga bukka. So that's how I came, and he just pushed me. And in fact, when I wrote that song, Anjana, so today I won't be able to sing in one breath and at that pitch. But in the studio, Rahman and me only would be there. I would sing Anjana Begana Begana Begani. Why don't you sing this song? Full play, yeah, sing. I said, sorry. इतना मत कर मेरे पे भरोसा भाई तेरी नाक कटेगी इधर मुझे इतना भरोसा अच्छा नहीं मैं इतना नहीं गाऊंगा मैं ट्राई वंस मैंने said no so I didn't sing so just हम खेल में हमने
and and you obviously must have seen Dakala Kobuga was also used in Tandav, the web series.
Yeah I wrote that same thing I mean the same song I rewrite
acha, right,
we added something also.
Right. Sir, and also wanted to get your perspective on, like, obviously writing for an original is one thing, and then writing for a dubbed movie, which has been done in Tamil, and then it's now being dubbed in Hindi, and you have to match the lyrics. So how do you go about, you obviously worked on a number of movies that have been dubbed. So do you obviously listen to the Tamil version first, and then you have someone trying to explain what the lyrics actually means for each of those songs, and then you draw the inspiration, or you go back to the roots where just give me the tune, forget about the lyrics, and I'll write? How do you approach it, sir?
No, I just wrote 2 films for Ramoji and one for Mani sir, Bombay. After that, I stopped writing for dubbing.
Yeah.
Dub films, because at that time one of the producers was there who had bought all the rights of Rahman's film, and he called me that I have 20 films, I have 15 films, whatever this thing was. So he asked me to write. So I said, no, I don't want to write. Dub, I don't write. But no, Rahman Sahib had told. I said, go and tell Rahman I don't want to write dub. Because I know what Rahman wants me for me.
Right.
And he was just trying to push me. So Rahman called me. That's Mehboob, that person called you. I said, Rahman, what is this? I don't want to write. No, and I told him, don't ask Mehboob to write dub songs. Because he's not here to write dub songs. He's here to write fresh songs. So, no, stop writing dub. So I wrote. Why I wrote for Mani sir? Obviously, it was Bombay. It was going to be after Roja, it was. Mani sir told me, try to come out with words matching the lips movement. Try to. If not, phonetically, it has to be good. So that liberty was there for me.
Right. Understand.
In other films, what happened? No, we will. Acha. Of course, his assistant came to me and he said, Mehboob sir, this kind of thought is there. This is what, sir, this is what Tamil is there. But this kind of, so I said, okay, I got it. Forget it. Because मैं उसमें नहीं कूदना चाहता था कि इसने क्या लिखा, किसने क्यों लिखा.
Understand.
You know?
Right.
So that's how then after that I stopped writing. Because people came to me, will give you song, just say that, I said, उतने देर में तो मैं 10 fresh गाने लिख दूंगा भाई, कौन करे उसको. So I said no to them, and still I'm not writing.
Right.
That song. I mean, I'm ready for fresh. But yes, if Mani sir approached me, even for dubbing, I would write for him because he gives liberty for me. For Mani sir, I'm okay.
Of course. And sir, there is one song that I wanted to get you to share the memories, and you had also posted that picture, Kamoshiyan Gungunane Lagi. I know you lightly touched on that song, but the picture that you had with Lata ji and AR sir together, I would like you to share that memory, if that's okay, sir.
It was an achievement for me.
Wow.
Lata Didi singing my song.
Yeah.
See, as a lyricist, at that time I have dreamt of काश रफी साहब होते, किशोर दा होते, चलो कोई बात नहीं, लता दीदी तो है, पर अब कौन सा गाना? And how can I ask Rahman कि यार Rahman इनको गवाते, क्योंकि finally I can give an advice or suggestion, rather suggestion I would say, but it is his call. So when Khamushi said, Lata Didi, I said, please. So he came to Mumbai, Rahman, and here we recorded half of the song. So when I saw her first time, it was an achievement for me.
Amazing.
The legend is singing my song, written by me. I mean, the lyrics of mine, and a dream come true. Actually. You know, a dream come true. And she was so sweet, I can't tell you. She was singing, and me and Rahman were in this cabin, his playing tune. Lata Didi was there. And so, suppose if on some line Rahman would say, Didi, fine. So he would slightly jump like, like a small girl, his two choti were there, So
Wow.
it was a blessing to work with her. Then again, I got the opportunity to write for her for Vande Mataram, second Matu Jai Salam.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
Ranjit composed, Ranjit Garu.
Correct.
That Lata Didi sang for me. So
Yeah.
again, so lucky enough to.
So beautiful. Amazing.
Beautiful, yeah. And she started calling me Mehboob Bhai. I said, Didi, मैं पैदा नहीं हुआ था तब से गा रही है. बहुत अच्छा लिखते हैं.
Wow.
Mehboob बोलो नया Mehboob Bhai.
Amazing. Great.
It's like that very big. I mean, अब ये नहीं है कि आपकी जिंदगी में हर ख्वाहिश पूरी हो जाए. मगर कुछ भी हो गई हो तो फिर you are lucky. And मेरे बोलते ना feather in the cap की लता दीदी ने मेरे 2 गाने गाए. Enough for me. Cherish.
It's the same thing for me too, sir. Getting you to come on the podcast and bless my journey. It is definitely a blessing for me as well. It's a little dream come true for me as well. Because imagine for someone who has been a brother and a friend of AR sir for almost 30 years and comes and shares his journey, memories, and so many things in this podcast to me, one-to-one. It is a blessing for me. So I want to say thank you to you, sir, because it's your absolute humility that you came forward to support me in this journey, and you saw my genuine love for sir, and then you accepted it. So I really have to.
First, I was a bit hesitant because I told Sana when Sana passed me your message, and so I said, "Yeah, again same question, sunge ye hoga." So my daughter said, Trabu is from Australia. I mean, Indian, but so he must be. So what I am happy is you ask some different questions also. I'm happy about because क्या होता है ना चंद्र फिर वो एक चीज.
I know, sir. Yeah.
You get very stale.
I understand.
Though there are few things repeated, but something is very new, which I love to share.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And sir, coming towards the end of the podcast, just wondering via this podcast, because it's a treasured journey which will probably not happen again. It's once in a lifetime is what I'm thinking. Is there a little message that you would like to share to AR sir via this podcast, sir? I know you can always call him up and tell him, but via this podcast, would you like to share a message? But sir does keep a tab on the podcast journey, and I send him clips of all the podcasts with the important parts where he would like to see, and he does keep a tab. So I would like you to share a message for sir.
I would just say, Rahman, be as you are. I'm humble and fun-loving guy, fond of good food. Be that only. And love you, brother. Love you.
Amazing.
Though destiny plays a big role, but you accepting me for your first Hindi film.
Wow.
Rangila. So that Ramuji told Ramuji had you people were discussing who would write the lyrics, and many big names came up. But when Ramuji told you about me, you said, call him. If he's new, he will write something new. That's how my journey also started with him from the very first film. Like Roja was a dub, but Tamil. Rangila was the first fresh film. What we
first in Hindi. Yeah, correct.
So very fortunate, bro, that you, and still you are with me in all my thick and thin. God bless you and your family.
And forever. So I want this association to go forever, sir. And I don't want this era is forever. That's what I see. There is no end to this. And because we have loved and we have cherished your association with sir, you have given us all the songs that you have written. They're all my favorites. I couldn't pick just one song and say this is my favorite and not this, but I have loved all the songs, even to the fact where I don't know if you remember, like for example, in Daud, Shabba Shabba. I know not many people will go and listen to the song, but you need to know that when I go out for my run or a walk with my dog, that is a song that I play and I hum those lyrics.
Oh my Lord.
And so that's the kind of impact your writing has had along with sir's music. So I really wanted you to be knowing the impact that you are creating, sir. So I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the associations and the friendship and the amazing writing that you're doing, and then also giving us all the gems.
Thank you, Chandar. Thank you very much for having me on your podcast. And at then I would say all praise to the Almighty.
Amazing. Right, sir, and as a little thank you, I would like to send a t-shirt and some chocolates, and I've already spoken to Sana, and it should be on its way this week. So thank you. No, not at all. It's a little thank you. So whenever you see that t-shirt, you need to smile and then, okay, this Chanda guy was there in Australia, a nice guy.
If I come to Australia, I will definitely meet you sometime.
For sure, sir. And then when I come to Mumbai, please allow me to take you out for dinner.
Please come. It's on me, not you. You will like it.
Some chicken, sir.
100%. Whatever you say.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day. Thank you once again. Bye, sir. Bye.